You know what? I'm just going to let him explain. Take it away, Auth.
Welcome, everybody. Hi, I'm authorblues, and I'm going to introduce my couch to you really quickly. This is Mythical 9, this is Lizstar, and this is Notolecta behind me. Wanted to say a word really quickly before we start this game. This game was developed by a very, very small team as sort of a fun project for Steam, and so we're going to do our very best to have fun with the game, but not at the expense of the game. Game dev can be pretty tough, and we respect their right to do so. I also want to point out that the leaderboard for Barney Hide and Seek game really messed up by calling their co-op 80% no controller category not 2P0C. So, the other thing I want to say is that the default setting for this game, the graphics quality, is fantastic. And for reasons that will hopefully be apparent through the course of this run, we will not be playing on Fantastic. We will be playing on Fastest, mostly because of the fact that playing the game casually doesn't work on Fantastic. So, yeah. Sorry.
There's just some, that.
So yeah, this is the whole game.
This is the, can I get a little less game audio, a lot less game audio, actually, in my head? No, all right, we're just gonna have to make do.
This song is amazing.
So
what are you talking
default
about?
Controls. I'm playing on controller for, again, what will seem to be obvious reasons. And before I go in, the quest menu is really good. I do want to just point out that we're going to miss out on the Gauntlet of Fire. The Gauntlet of Fire gives us an opportunity to see an item that allows you to walk so fast that the game explains to you that you go through walls. So, unfortunately, it won't actually be necessary for this. So I won't read to you the text because I can't read that fast. The plot of this game is essentially centered around the idea that the whole world is in balance in light and dark, and this bad guy, Darkvul, has decided to disrupt that. So the ancient chaos deity splits into two, and we play one half of the ancient chaos deity. Actually, notably, the evil or dark half of the chaos deity. So we're going to get a little mouthy in some of our cutscenes. And I guess to set this up, because this whole game just happens at you quite fast, the very first trick that we're going to see is I'm going to just walk into a cutscene, and it's going to allow me to glide through through collisions. So that's actually the whole trick. That's the whole glitch. I'm just going to walk into a cutscene.
Yeah,
and
to casual players, it happens to about 99% of them, because they just walk into the cutscene and here we go.
Yeah,
there it is.
It's basically impossible not to do this.
Oh, I've gone too far. I've gone too far.
The angle was not good. All right, well, that is, that's sort of the black stone for you.
Okay, so actually in this game, it's it doesn't cost you anything to die anywhere except for the very first one. So we're taking it from the top.
I love that. While you were explaining this game, it sounded like you didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best.
We believe in you, and we're here for you.
It's a somewhat simple speed run, but a lot of these glide techniques will do something else called a pause fly. You need to kind of line yourself up with something fairly far away, and if your angle is wrong, it can go exactly like it just did.
Yeah, it goes incredibly fast, and when you're doing it over long distances, being just subtly off can be a big problem. That's why my estimate is generous.
On the bright side, everyone gets a second chance to read the story of the game, so now they can fully appreciate all the lore.
I don't think we're going to have a problem a second time. Probably.
I believe.
Oh, also, if I just leave the cursor in the middle of the screen, I know how frustrating that is. Just yell at me.
All right. This looks good.
There we go.
That was much better.
Beautiful.
All right, 7 seconds into the run, at last we meet, says our first companion.
Yeah, our tutor. We get a little mouthy with her. She's like, okay, Boomer, sorry that you want me to be nice. And she's like, look, I'm just going to have to come along with you if you're going to be this way. So.
She's also like 7 feet tall or something compared to our character.
It's okay.
Now she's pocket sized.
Yeah.
We shrink her down to carry her with us. So this is the first instance of the pause flight. If you pause the game while using your shield and moving at the same time, you can just fly through the air.
So we teleport to the dark world. This guy on our back is a character. We don't have time to talk about him because coming up is our first boss fight.
This
All
is
right.
Dark Vol. He's our big bad.
Oh man, he's so fast.
Push me over here, buddy.
You did it. Oh!
That one doesn't cost anything, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, there's the end of the cutscene. That one's not a problem, though, because I can just continue.
It's like a drill in my brain.
I know, I'm so sorry. It doesn't get better. It just doesn't.
I love the MIDI, though.
Did that still kill us? No, I gotta kill him again. That's fine. It'll take 2 seconds. The pause flights can be a little bit fickle. It's hitting a whole bunch of buttons at once, and cursor. That was wrong.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I'm just gonna reset this room real quick.
Yeah, so what he's doing is we need to kill 20 enemies in this area in order to pick up the next companion. And there's exactly 20 enemies, and if you break the hive before the bees, all the bees disappear and don't count as kills. So we need to be very careful aiming our massive, mysterious hitbox on our sword to take out each of these bees before the hive.
The nice thing is that we had to kill exactly 20, and there are exactly 20, but because I reset the room, now I've got a little bit of wiggle room.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Mouse.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
All right. So our friend Bala, she says, hey, you seem pretty big and strong. I'm gonna come with you.
Is this the one we didn't know existed?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh no, we're getting
We'll
to
get
that.
Up next is a boss fight with the ocean demon. This is obviously not the intended way to reach this area, but we're gonna get a very cool weapon. I actually legitimately think this weapon is very cool. The focusing cannon is a big black cannon with a scary face on it. It does a lot of damage. We're gonna use it in a pretty interesting way to fight this boss.
Warning if... it's not flashing, but it's shaking. It's something. Maybe you shouldn't look at it just to be safe.
Warning if you have
Hey,
eyes.
you know what? Take care of yourself.
That was actually a pretty good fight.
That was a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a boss fight.
You hold down because you don't walk backwards. You just shimmy.
Yeah, it's you can just, at any time you can just hold down. So we're in the desert now, somewhat mysteriously. The teleporters are a little bit weird in this game. We've clipped through a wall. Obviously, that's not new at this point. We shoot the focusing cannon and use a crossbow to sort of aim it upwards. The focusing cannon has like an interact property, so it will talk to people, for example, like Mallet here, who is a companion that nobody knew existed until
I
2
got
weeks ago.
real lucky there.
Yes.
I didn't earn that one. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't earn that one.
I guess we can talk about the teleporters having collision sort of well below them, so Oth was able to kind of fall into the very bottom of it under the stage. This is a boss where, again, the beam on our back just pointed 90 degrees to the left. It's the ideal way to combat things in this game.
Hey, we're having a lot of fun here. I understand this game's happening at you pretty fast. We've already killed like 3 bosses, 4 bosses, something like that. And this is the all bosses and all companions category. We have collected what now? 4 companions? 4 companions?
2, isn't it?
We got
With
Mallet.
Shade, we got 4.
Oh.
Well, if you count Shade, but of course, who doesn't count Shade? But we're working our way through all the bosses, and this is actually the dark world, which is where all but one of the bosses are actually located. And so, while this game's supposed to be much longer and much more difficult, we're able to just fly around in here and do most of this. By the way, this introduces our new mechanic, which is that you can attack while paused.
The boss is going through his attack phases right now while the game is paused.
Boss is dead. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Just gonna fly into the bottom of that teleporter right there.
Nice.
Ooh, I like the tinkle.
It's really nice.
It's pretty good.
You do?
I will never hear the end of having to say that. My
All right.
God.
All right, so we have to kill these bridge dragons here in order to collect our last companion. These bridge dragons have I'm so sorry about what's going on screen right now. The bridge dragons have 20 health apiece, and it takes a lot of time to kill them, except for this weird mechanic where if you hold down, you kind of wiggle like this. Makes you do a ton of damage. So while these, I'm gonna get pushed off. Back up! Back up.
The save.
I saved it. I can't
Wow.
believe it. No, again!
No.
Oh,
Oh, it's my heart.
Honestly, that's
Come on
bullying.
now.
I just want to
Please.
point out that is bullying.
you're just showing off at this point.
I thought we were done after the super highlight run.
I'm sorry,
Please.
that was... I don't feel good about that.
That's like the only time this run will be legitimately exciting. I'm glad something happened.
I've decided I really don't like this music anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, you liked it at some point?
What a turn. Okay, so we're gonna meet our last,
This is Tachi. There's a lot going on right here. Tachi is our other half. I think Tachi's outfit needs to be addressed. The plain white t-shirt, going on a quest to fight evil is a choice. And I don't know,
cheese, everybody.
I don't know where you even get some shorts that wrap around hips like that. Must have been specially ordered.
sorry, I'm just gonna tweet this out. A lot of people want to know when I'm live.
Yeah, this cutscene, it goes on a while if you haven't
I hate
noticed.
these unrealistic expectations for women. She's not even a woman.
Hey, Patty, donate me.
Yeah, I've got you. We've got a $5 donation from Jam Jamerson. They say, it's really nice of DeviantArt to supply the art for this game.
You probably have time for some more.
I've got plenty. We've got a $1,000 donation from Inverton. Had to donate during Sword of the Black Stone. Sure is a video game that it is. We've got another donation from Pretty Pink Pansy for $50. I've got 4 words for you, Auth. Jeans, Toadette, or Jodette. Love from your mods, your chat, and hubby. Or Hubie. It's spelled like Hubie. Do you have a hubby or a Hubie?
Hubie.
Okay, Hubie. We've got another one from Black Mist 25. Smackaroony. Special shout out to Ty Tuesday for showing me the wonders of Sword of the Black Stone for the first time. Good luck to all
So
the
we
awful
have
block
to be
runners.
a little careful here because you kind of just fly through all the geometry here. Not through this way, just normally you fly through all the geometry. We actually collected the rest of our companions, and that's pretty much it for bosses. So we're heading in toward the end now. But right before we can fight the final boss, we have to fight the Dark Queen.
Who is Jade's mother. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, we didn't introduce Shade. That's okay. But now that you're emotionally invested, this is Shade's mother. A little angry at the light people. There's some subtext here, but they're having a little bit of a disagreement. Some family issues. Typically, I try not to get into the middle of that. But as with most gentle disagreements about who teenagers hang out with, the real only solution is that Grace has decided we have to kill Mom.
Yeah, Mom's got to die, unfortunately. Shade very quickly gives the order to kill her. So get ready for another lovely boss fight.
So I'm gonna scooch on in here, and
Yeah,
nope, not quite close enough. That's okay. Hey,
look at just the merry-go-round here. All right.
just had to get a little closer. That was my bad.
So again, more phases. She's got her battle bikini. Oh, the elbow and leg action. You saw a little bit of it. I've never seen her actually swing her sword before.
Hey, she's doing her best. All right, so we're gonna fight Darkvol now. He's coming out. He's mad. He does not like raising money for charity. Thank you. Now I know what side you're on. That's a brand new discovery, by the way, from Mythical right here.
Yeah, one of a couple things I contributed to this run. But probably my greatest speedrun contributions. So.
Okay, so we missed a little bit about the Tachi cutscene. Tachi's over here in the corner, by the way, just hips ablaze. And we discovered that Tachi was the other half of the Chaos Deity. Doesn't want to marry us, though that wasn't really ever offered. And now we have to join because we're doing sort of the end of a Power Rangers episode where everyone gets real big to fight. And so Dark Vol here, who is made up of pretty much every asset we've seen in the game so far, is giant. So we're gonna like join our swords. I don't really know how that works. And we're gonna see probably my favorite like 1 second shot in this game. That's this right here, our untextured version of our Power Rangers character.
All right, we're in it. Here it is, the final boss.
So we're looking pretty good. This fight would be really difficult because it's sort of spinning around, it's shooting. The hitbox is really hard to find. Turns out that all the difficulty is mitigated by just holding the shield button and it stops spinning. And if I jump way above it, which is where its hitbox is naturally, not a goof, I can pause and attack it.
You better be careful. He's saping your strength, man.
All right, so there we go. That's the first phase done. Now this one is pretty difficult. It sort of pushes me back as I chase at it. I'm not gonna get a good hit in, but once again, hold down the shield button, it stops moving.
Time is coming up.
That's sort of
all right,
baby, and time. That's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing. And because of the recent discovery of an extra companion.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention. Yeah, so Mythical actually, during his casual playthrough, found a companion we had missed. Just sort of tucked away in a really obvious spot that we overlooked. And so every run on the leaderboard is invalid now. And this, okay, in my defense, this was a very good run and would have likely still have been world record even with the goof.
Oh.
But it's by default world record too, so.
So here are the credits. 2 names listed for almost everything. And boy, game dev is hard. Thank you for making this. We had a lot of fun. This is $2 on Steam, I believe, right now?
Yep. Go blow it up. It's a goofy, weird game and definitely worth $2. Thank you so much for letting me play this at GDQ. Have a great Awful Block. I love you.
And I love you. We love you, authorblues. Thank you for that speed run of Sword in the Blackstone. I keep saying in the Blackstone. Goodness gracious. Looks like we've got Castle of Dragon coming up. Has anyone heard of this game? I haven't. I'm looking forward to it. But before then, we're going to play a quick advertisement, and we'll be right back to read a few donations and get that speed run going for you. Welcome back to Awful Games Done Quick. My name's Patty, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, and I'll be your host for the next 2, if you want to call them speedruns. Let's get to some donations while we're setting up for Castle of Dragon. Vinkara donates 25 smackaroonies. The new motto for Awful Block. I'm sorry for what's going on screen right now. Lily Blue with a $10 donation. Unfortunately, I found out today that my grandmother has a cancerous brain tumor. And despite money being tight, I wanted to donate a little bit to try and help prevent other people from having to go through the same thing with their loved ones. Here's to cancer research and early screenings, and hopefully we can help save some lives in the future. Love GDQ and the Mega Man block. Best of luck to all the runners. Thank you, Lily Blue. Person has chosen to be nameless, but they donated $250. Thank you very much for that. That is a big donation. We appreciate it. Carl Bobin with 25 smackaroonies. We need Mega Man CGA. All these other games just have too many bits. Space Cow's got a donation for Author Blues. They donate $10 and say, go off, clip through all the walls, and save all the girlfriends. I asked donates $10. Awful Block is the only appropriate way to start off a Thursday. I couldn't agree more. Schmite donates $50. So glad I could catch some of the Awful Block at work this morning. Thanks to all the runners for giving me so many confused laughs. Always one of the best blocks of GDQ. We'll donate an extra $50 if Patty can offer up one of his best dolphin impressions. Here, I've got you. I'll move the mic away a little bit. I hope that was worth $50 to charity. It was. Sophie Kaiba, donating $25 for the 25% of the screen not blocked by the characters and weapons and sword of the Black Stone. Yugi. Thanks, Sophie. All right, looks like Castle of Dragon is